Ooh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. What's up, guys? Jael here, and I am climbing, like, slowly up Doom Tower hard. And y'all, it's a challenge. And as I was going through, I wanted to see what were the common elements. What are the sort of things, skills that you need to have a champion be? Well, nothing is more important than having a reviver. But when you have your reviver die, then what? What are you going to do at that point? Well, that is where having Miss Lydia on your team is super, super important because she has this crazy, crazy skill which allows her to block revive if the other team tries to revive, and that mechanic is going to revive your champions. So wait for it. Oh, now we got 2 down. So watch this. Seer's going to knock them out, and now they're all back. And it's just like, whoa, totally, totally cool. So if you are on the fence and you are wondering if it is worth the time and energy to get Miss Lydia, y'all, I have to tell you, she is an absolute beast. Now, I currently have her in my clan boss team. I do have her empowered, but this is the skills that you are able to have with her. She does the strengthen, she increases speed, she decreases, she does poison sensitivity. I mean, she is an absolute beast, but it's the passive. If an enemy tries to revive either themselves or someone else, she's not going to allow that. And she will then in turn revive one of your champions with that skill. And that's going to happen whether or not she is alive or dead, which is totally, totally amazing. The other thing that I have found as going through this is there's going to be battles where you think you're using the right people and it's just not working. So then you cannot be afraid to switch people out and get the right champion. So next, we're going to talk about Mal and what he is bringing. Now, he offers a Leech, and that Leech is going to literally suck the life out of the enemy. And that is going to help keep your team members healed up because that Leech is actually healing your champion. And it is so awesome. He also likes to steal buffs. And when you are going up against these champions that are like Molly Tankard, who's not only a reviver, but she also does a provoke, she is super annoying. But if you can have some way to stop those champions in their tracks, that is one of the things that Mal is going to do for you. I call him Mal, the salad guy. So if you go to hellhades.com, which I highly recommend that you do, you can get a list of all of the champions that offer specific skills. And you'll be able to see what other champions will do a Leech. But in my opinion, Mal Shalad is like the absolute beast of beasts. And his skills are just nothing. You know, he increases the speed, he increases crit damage, and then he's got that true fear and Leech. And that's going to make it where not only are they sucking the life out of the enemy, you're also going to be making it where they're in fear of their lives and they're not going to do anything else. So crazy, awesome champion. Next, I want to talk to you a little bit about just absolutely the queen. I think she might just possibly be the queen of Doom Tower, and that is going to be Seer. And she is, you have to know how to build her and when to use her. And you'll notice as I'm going through these levels, I am manually each and every one, because you have to make sure that you're using the skills at the right time, because you don't want to rip off everything if your champions are low on health. But if they're higher on health, then you're going to want to use those buffs. And here is Nasir. She is absolutely amazing. I do have her in high crit damage. Wouldn't be hurtful to have more, but it's this skill here that removes all the buffs. Now, it removes it from all of your allies and the enemies. So that's one of the things that can really mess everything up if you're not careful. Next is a interesting combination of using Kymar, which is a legendary, and Renegade, who is a rare. Now, I have to tell you, I've been sitting on Renegade. I probably had several Renegades and just never really paid attention to her. But she has a reset ability. Now, the advantage of Kymar is that when he resets his ability, it does not hurt his health, but it does take a little bit for it to come back. It's on a 6-turn cooldown. Renegade, on the other hand, whenever you use her cooldown, it actually takes away from her health. So you're going to want to make sure that she has high HP, because if you're not careful, you could literally kill that champion because she is giving her life to reset the other champions. So you'll want to keep that in mind. So we're going to get Kymar putting everybody to sleep. And then now watch her health. See how far down it goes? If I had done that sooner, I could have literally killed her because of it. So super important to make sure that you're paying attention to that. So let's look at Kymar. He is my arena king. I would love to get more crit damage on him, but I got him high in accuracy. And for him, accuracy is the most important, at least from my understanding, because the higher his accuracy, the better he is at putting people to sleep, which is the main skill. Now, here is Renegade. I still have to work on her. I don't feel that her HP is high enough, but it accomplishes what I'm trying to accomplish. But here is that skill. It's going to decrease the cooldown, but it's going to take away from her HP. And these are her masteries. You know, looking at her masteries, it probably would be helpful to maybe even give her the additional mastery option. Next is Mr. Brogny. Y'all, he is an absolute beast. He is the one fusion that I literally kicked myself over and over again because I did not get him. But he is not only going to bring a lot of power to your team, but he also shields them. And you want to make sure, especially if you're running with Seer, if you just noticed, I removed that shield when she did her karma burn. I also did it at the end of the round. One of the biggest things that can be really annoying is that sometimes these guys will do these skills and their AI is kind of wonky. And if you just let it do its own thing, you might wind up in some trouble. So here, we went ahead and used her karma burn, even though it was going to remove the shield. because we didn't want the counterattack. And that was going to just pound us to death if we would have gone ahead and ran with that. You also note that I am specifically targeting champions that are going to cause the most trouble. So, obviously Santa, he is a troublemaker, but in this team here, Foley is the one that is, if he is able to use his A3, he can kill us and there's no revive. And we don't want that, obviously. So we're going to block him out. And then now let's block out Santa, make it where he can't do his kill, and knock them all out, make them all dead. So there is Mr. Brogny. And he is, like I said, he is in my clan boss with Miss Lydia. And he is I just love this champion. Removing buffs and shields. And then that block the buff, increase attack. And the fact that the shield cannot be resisted, absolutely amazing. And then it's reflecting the damage. I mean, this guy is an absolute beastie. Straight up beastie. Next, we're going to look at our Archmage Helmut. And he actually comes from Doom Tower Normal. And I hate to admit it, but I really hadn't been doing much with him because I didn't really appreciate what he was bringing to the table. But he is increasing the damage that your champions are doing because of his increase of crit damage. And when you're building a champion, if you don't get that crit damage up, unfortunately, the amount of damage that you're able to do with that champion is going to be lower. And he's in a lot of clan boss teams as well, which is pretty cool. So let's see if we can wipe out this one. I think it's about time for a karma burn. Get him. Get him, get him, get him. No, I love this. You hit one champion and then it knocks them all. And then can we get a block revive? Nope, come on. One more. Come on. This little guy. Of course, I love him as my own champion, but he can be so similar. Put him all to sleep. Going to focus on one champion. Of course, when you've got them asleep, you don't want to wake them up unless you absolutely have to. And increase in crit rate. Oh no, let's go ahead and knock them out. Oh, almost. Now we get a cooldown. And you're out. So let's talk about Mr. Archmage Helmut. He is an amazing champion. I do need to work on building him additional attack, get his crit rate up, but he's already bringing so much utility with his crit rate and his crit damage that really any crit rate over 70% is really mute because that brings him up to 100. I would be remiss if I did not call out Miss Duchess. Now, I was fortunate enough to get her early in the game, and she is indeed a carry for anybody. That being said, even though her skills are absolutely amazing, there are other champions that can provide some of that same utility. So once again, I would encourage you, go to hellhades.com, check out the list, look at what champions you have, and see if the skills that I have highlighted in this video are some of the skills that you have available. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy this group of videos that I did on other Doom Tower bosses. And of course, if there's ever anything that you would like me to highlight, please feel free to comment below. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and until next time, happy raiding.